Is it respectful to interrupt someone while they're speaking? Dr. J. Listen, Laura Janusik here with your listening tip of the day. Interrupting oftentimes is seen as extremely disrespectful, but the research that I have to share with you might change your mind a little bit. I have 3 different cultures represented on the board here. In the first culture, we have speaker A and speaker B. Speaker A speaks, leaves about half second of silence, and then speaker B responds. This represents the United States culture. We think it's respectful to consider what the other person said just for a little bit of time and then respond to them. In the second culture, speaker A speaks, but you can see speaker B has overlapped, which means that speaker B has interrupted speaker A, and for a period of time, they're both speaking together. So they're actually both talking at the same time. This represents the Italian culture, and according to Deborah Tannen, the New York Jewish culture. And the reason that this is seen as respectful is because it shows that both speakers want to co-create the story together. I personally find that when I'm with my women friends, oftentimes we'll interrupt each other and we don't take any offense to that at all because we're building our story together. And then in this third culture, this represents an Asian culture. Speaker A speaks, leaves 5 to 7 seconds of silence, and then speaker B responds. 5 to 7 seconds is a long time from an American perspective, but the reason that this shows respect is because speaker B is considering for a long period of time, according to our perspective, 5 to 7 seconds, for a long period of time, what speaker A said before responding to it. So is it rude to interrupt somebody when they're speaking? The answer is it depends. Your tip is to figure out what seems to be most respectful to the other person. Sometimes I do interrupt, and if I find the other person looks at me cross-eyed or gives me an indication that that was not preferred, then I certainly back off and I'll go back to something like this. So you have to play around with it because respect really comes from the individual. I'm Dr. J with your listening tip of the day. Have a great listening day.